I hope everyone had a happy new year. Before I start the video, I just want to shout out some cool anime and movie content creators, Ronnie and Chad. If you like anime and SpongeBob, these guys talk a lot about that. Really cool dudes. Listen to their podcasts on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and subscribe to their YouTube channel. Next up, Strictly Anime. These guys also do podcasts, mainly on Spotify and other podcasting services, mainly anime, the big popular ones of the years. So go check them out and follow them. Ease Court. This guy is a very entertaining guy. I really like his anime review videos. Go subscribe to his channel and check his videos out. Next up, Anthony A. Perez. He mainly talks about movies. I like his channel. I like his videos. Go subscribe to him and check all of his videos out. And finally, go check out One Piece with a Lime, aka Panda Sightings. They mainly have a podcast channel talking about the entire One Piece anime. They also have a YouTube channel as well. I listen to their podcast all the time, so go follow them and subscribe to their channels. Anyway, let's begin the video. So 2024 is over and that year had a lot of really entertaining anime series. I already did my top 5 best anime of the year, so go check that out. But as we end one year, another year begins. And this year, a lot of really hype, interesting and very highly anticipated series and movies as well. Before I do my top 5 most anticipated anime of 2025, let's do some honorable mentions. One Punch Man Season 3. I watched Season 1 some years back and I forgot most of it, but from what I remember, the art and animation were on point. Yeah, the studio's changed, but from what I saw in the trailer for Season 3, I have no doubt that Season 3 will deliver. JJK Culling Game arc? Now the next arc for JJK, even though it has been confirmed to be in production, there hasn't been an official release year for this new arc. No one knows if it's going to come out this year or next year, and considering Studio MAPPA have their hands full with certain series and movies, they may end up delaying this show until 2026. But if it does come out this year, then I may end up changing my top 5 list. If not, it stays in honorable mentions. Next up, One Piece. Yes, I know this is an ongoing series, but One Piece actually went on a break some time back, and they're gonna come back in April. The first time ever this series has taken such a long break, which makes sense considering the fact that the art and animation have been top tier ever since the Wano arc began. And when it comes back, I'll be here waiting. 2025 is going to be a very exciting year for One Piece as a whole. Not only is the anime coming back, but we also have the live action season 2 to look forward to. I cannot wait to see Tony Chopper in his CGI full glory. Hopefully they'll go down more of a Detective Pikachu or Sonic the Hedgehog live action route with Tony Chopper. And also I do expect some more information regarding the One Piece remake by Wit Studio. Some of the staff who worked on Attack on Titan seasons 1 to 3 are working on the One Piece remake. I'm just wondering what Wit Studio are cooking up. And speaking of Attack on Titan, the AOT Last Attack movie is scheduled to be released in the West on February for one day only. Yes, only one day. That sucks, but hey, at least we're getting it in the cinemas. It will be an absolute magical and intense experience to watch the final episode of Attack on Titan on the big screen. This is how director Yuichiro Hayashi intended for the final episode to be displayed. But sadly, Kodansha and Pony Cannon wanted that final episode out as soon as possible. Yeah, it does suck that we could have gotten it as a film to begin with, but hey, better late than never, I suppose. Make sure to mark your calendars for the release of the final episode of Attack on Titan in the cinemas. Next up, Kaiju number 8. I love this series. It's cool seeing a main character in his 30s instead of the typical 16-year-old high schooler. A nice change in the shonen media. 100% made for the millennials who grew up on anime in the early 2000s. And finally, Bleach the Thousand Year Blood War arc part 4. While I am very behind on the Bleach Thousand Year Blood War arc, I am still excited for the 4th and potentially final part in this arc. Studio Period came back with a vengeance, making the Thousand Year Blood War arc one of the best, if not the best, animated arc in the entire series. I can't wait to see how the story concludes. But what is my top 5 most anticipated anime of 2025? Well, let's start the ranking right now. Number 5, Solo Leveling Season 2. I just watched Season 1 of Solo Leveling, so go check out my review for that, but I really enjoyed it. I loved the world building. I loved the mystery as well. Where did these creatures come from? Season 1 ended with a cliffhanger involving those creatures, and I am very curious to see where this all goes. Most of the animation looks amazing, particularly towards the end of Season 1. I like how human all the characters are. They're not all good and all bad. They are morally grey. Some people who I thought would be heroes ended up being cowards at the end of the day, but ended up regretting their actions. It's a pretty human reaction to be very fearful over these creatures, especially what happened in the first 2 episodes. Yikes. I am looking forward to the other side characters like Red Hair Man, Dong-soo, and the blonde girl who looks like the main character from My Dress Up Darling. They were barely in season 1, but of the scenes we had of them, I was always intrigued by them. I hope they have a bigger role in season 2. Number 4, Dandadan season 2. I really enjoyed Dandadan season 1. The characters were fun, quirky, unique. The story was very entertaining. The animation was a delight, with some surprisingly heartbreaking episodes. My only gripe with this series is that there are certain elements that do make me cringe. If you know, you know. Episode 1 for example, but despite the cringe, I really enjoyed it. Give me season 2. Number 3, My Hero Academia, the final season. Season 7 might actually be my favorite season of all of My Hero Academia. Great art, animation, the story progression was amazing, character development, top tier, some new cues in the soundtracks were amazing, and now the final season is upon us. After all this time, it's about to come to an end. It'll be pretty emotional seeing My Hero end. I do wonder how they're going to handle the ending, considering the manga readers were quite divided on it. Number 2, we have Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Part 1. This movie will make a lot of money at the box office, guarantee, because Mugen Train made a lot of money considering the time it came out. Over 500 million is insane for an anime, and with this being one of the final few arcs in the story, you better believe the hype that this movie will generate. I'm so happy that Demon Slayer is now going down the movie route, as I always felt like Demon Slayer should have been a series of films than a TV series. Season 3 and 4 in particular felt very sluggish at times. They could have been condensed down and made into a movie, but I'm looking forward to seeing Ufotable's animation all on display on the big screen. But finally, let's talk about number 1. Number 2 and number 1 were very hard to pick. Demon Slayer almost took the top place, but because of that amazing trailer that dropped a couple of weeks ago, I could not ignore it, and I'm really hyped for this anime, and that is Chainsaw Man, the Reze Arc movie, at number 1. Chainsaw Man season 1 blew me away in 2022. It ended up being my favorite anime of that year, surpassing Attack on Titan the final season part 2. It was so unexpectedly entertaining and very mysterious. The world building, the characters, all unique and interesting, the cinematic art and animation, the music, the soundtrack, it was all pure hype, and I wanted to know where things were going to go in the next season. And the Reze Arc continues that story in a movie form, which I think is the best way to experience the Chainsaw Man anime, as MAPPA's animations always tend to be top tier for me. Although the director has changed due to certain backlash from the Japanese audience, the art style, while staying consistent and faithful to the manga and season 1, also has something new to show us, more color, more vibrancy, and it looks like they are taking a step back from the CGI animation models. Regardless, I am hyped for this new movie, but not just Chainsaw Man, but all of the top 5 and the honorable mentions, as well as other anime series that may end up surprising me, which I haven't talked about. Let's just wait and see what greatness will be upon us in 2025. Bloody hell, mate, I cannot wait. Tell me in the comments down below what you guys think of this list. Do you agree or not? What is your most anticipated film of the year? Tell me. Like this video, subscribe for more anime videos. Thank you for watching. A boy, do the view, signing out.